Welcome to Card Haven's Friday night tournament here at Louisville, Texas. That's where they're located. I sometimes forget because even though they're in my area, they are still relatively far. So we are going to see, okay, well, this is kind of messed up. They switched the order around. Lovely. So we see Nate, or maybe Blase. Oh my god. Well, okay. On top, we're going to see Vanquish K9. And in the bottom, we're going to see Dracotail. Here, we see, I'm going to call him Blase for right now. Blase ended up dropping a Fualos kind of hard in the standby phase before Nate was able to start his plays. And the funny thing is that he doesn't have to give Blase any cards to draw. However, considering what deck Blase is playing, it would be to Nate's benefit to make a Ripper here and establish a hand negate for the 5 manas and stuff like that. Oh, however, here we're gonna see Blase get punished unless he opens an Imperm, which he doesn't here. And now we're going to see him with the Paradise Smashers. So Paradise Smashers is risky because you always have the chance to roll higher than your opponent, and if you do, well, you're cooked, right? You essentially cannot roll an 8. But here we see Blase start the roll, and he rolls a 6, and we're gonna see Nate now roll here. He better hope that he rolls lower. And he rolls a 9. Oh god, I think he's cooked here. I think Blase is going to be able to win, because even if he changes the value to a 7, Nate would still have a higher roll. So he has locked out of monster effects and cannot attack for the next 2 turns. So he's going to Link Summon for the rocks. And I think Blase wins. Oh. That's not how Paradise Smashers is worded, is it? Was I incorrect? So, apologies, everyone. I am going to have to cut out the rest of game number 1 because, well, quite frankly, homie on the top playing Vanquish K9 did cheat. He ended up continuing to use monster effects and never modified any of the die rolls to a 7, meaning that he rolled the highest amount, leaving him as the loser of the exchange of Paradise Smashers. But as we can see here, he ends up using his monster effects, and even though the Dracotail player tried his best to play through it, I mean, he couldn't do anything without using monster effects. So all the fusion materials going to the graveyard, it just never did anything, right? And because of that, I am going to cut the rest of the game number 1, as I don't feel comfortable showing you guys an extended version of the Dracotail player losing resources and the Vanquish player cheating. Realistically, I don't even want to upload the rest of this video, but I'll upload the rest just so that we can have a decent 2 other games to watch for you guys. And in the near future, if we have things like that, I'm just not going to upload the video whatsoever. So thank you for understanding, and please enjoy the rest of the video. Now game 2, we see Blase with a very good hand. So let's see if he gets hit with a Fualos here on the Rahu. It looks like the answer is no, so he's going to send a copy of Urgula from his hand, as well as a copy of Pan to the graveyard from the deck, in order to fusion summon, probably for the Atheron. So now we're going to see both of these cards, or all 3 really, trigger to activate their secondary effects, as well as Atheron to bounce. So he can bounce the Pan back to his hand, and looks like he's setting a copy of Ketsu and a copy of Horn. Okay, that's also an illegal play. You can't add back both of those cards because you only fusion with 1 card from the hand. Oh, Melly. all these mistakes keep happening. But, you know, for reference, this happened before the Card Haven dual case tournament. So this was on the day of. So I'm going to give Blase leeway with the Dracotail monsters effects. However, what I'm not going to give him leeway on is not reading Paradise Smashers. That card has been legal for months now. You know what I mean? So anyways, he's going to use 5 mana now to fusion summon for the Gulamel. And he is going to be able to use Malulu, but like, if you were going to do this, why not search for a different attribute or a different name with the Ketu first? That way you get 2 triggers and more follow-up. So now he's going to search for Lucas summon, and then I'm assuming adding another copy of 5 mana. I don't know, I just feel like this sequence was like really bad, but I mean, he should be fine, you know, he's getting the full setup. The only thing that hurts him is evenly matched, and even then there's not that much of a neg because, well, he's going to be able to still utilize his monster effects here no matter what. Now, looks like that is going to be everything, and now he's going to pass. So yeah, could have played that turn 1 a bit better, but again, we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. It is the first week, essentially, that it was legal. Now, we're going to see how Nate ends up attempting to break this board. So now, oh god, now he summons a Raisin in the correct spot placement. You know, if he was going to put the Pan in the graveyard, he probably should have just used the material of the Urgla instead to grab back 5 mana, and then the Ketsu could have added him a Malulu, right? Like, it's okay. I'm not an expert, but I definitely see better plays that could have been done already. So Raisin will add the Holisu, and now is he going to pop the Atheron? If he does, Pan does get to trigger to special summon back a Dracotail from the graveyard, which could be Malulu, right? So let's see what ends up occurring here. He's taking his sweet time, and I mean, I guess you have to still tread carefully. Even though this is a favorable matchup for Vanquish Soul Canine, it is not easy, right? I lost to my boy John Vigil, aka Papi Chulo, when he ended up making Winda on my declaration of Izuna. And yeah, that no, it wasn't Izuna, it was Joku, and that ended up hurting because I had no way to remove the Winda. I had no access to Dr. Madlove because I had already normal summoned Raisin, and you know, I played with the idea that I won't know what he's playing even though I know. But yeah, also he used Gulamel wrong there, right? Because Gulamel says when, not if, so it's supposed to directly respond to the effect of your Dracotail card activating. Now, looks like Nate is, I guess, saying that I have a response, but he missed his window. We're gonna see if he lets that go. Okay, I guess he does. He's gonna special summon from deck, probably Dr. Madlove, to get access to the field spell here. We'll see if it ends up popping the Holisu. Instead, he summons the Heavy Borger. Interesting. I'm not agreeing with these plays here, but I don't know what he has in hand. You know, maybe he has infinite attributes. And so it looks like Holisu will get popped. Looks like he ended up actually just responding to the Gulamel here. Now he's going to go ahead and put back the Malulu and then draw. And now he's going to reveal Madlove with the Heavy Burger in order to draw a card. What else can you do? I mean, you could go like for a Typhon summon, bounce the Atheron, attack over the Gulamel, and then he just gets to do this all over again, right? So I think Blase is in a very good spot here. Nate needs canine monsters bad. So he's going to go summon the Rocka the Vanquisher. Now he's going to trigger the effect. to special summon the Mad Love. Mad Love effect is going to go ahead and search for the field spell, I can assume. Alright. We know he has Raisin in hand. So what's this field spell gonna get him? Because I mean, I guess it could get him another copy of Holisu, but it could also just be Caesar. We'll see how this plays out. Maybe Geolong, actually. Okay, so the start is going to trigger, targeting the Mad Love, and the Flame is going to go ahead and negate. And I can only assume that he drew. Someone pointed at the Gulamel, an outside party, but we're just gonna assume that, you know, wasn't real. Jokel will now activate its effect, revealing a monster in hand. I can't quite tell you what that is just yet, but it's gonna let him push through now. And now Phimena is gonna trigger. So he's going to fusion summon using the Urgula and the Pan here to summon out probably another Atheron, right? And then you Atheron bounce the summons. Yeah, Atheron effect. I would bounce Jokel and the Lantern, but instead... Okay, no, he's using all the effects. Okay. So what is his targets? Yes, I like to see this here. And then he's going to set with the other cards here. And the beauty about this is that he gets to set the, what's it called? The Horn, which is going to recycle the Flame, and then he gets access to it next turn. And then Pan has an additional effect. I think it can destroy a face-up monster on the field. Maybe a spell. I don't know. Urgula, you know, I need to read these cards a bit better, but I know they get additional effects aside from siding. Or not siding, but placing. Okay, so he's gonna Crow. Sure. He's gonna set the Horn. Add back the Jokel and stuff. Pop the Mad Love. It looks like that might be Urgula's effect. And then what else? Set the Ketu. I mean, this is game on board if Nate has no follow-up plays, right? So, let us... well, he can go Typhon. Yeah, that is a play. Now, it looks like we are going to currently see the Typhon put in some amount of work here, bouncing the one copy of Atheron. And looks like he's going to attack over the Gulamel low-key. Or he's gonna crash. I don't understand this play whatsoever. But is there a way for Typhon to be gaining attack right now that I'm just not knowing? Huh. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Typhon's 29 and Atheron is 3k, right? Maybe I'm tripping. And it looks like this fool ended up drawing that there can be only one, which is crazy. So he can only control one spellcaster at this time, and only one for the rest of the game, unless he's able to fuse it off for a different type here. Now we're going to see Horn be activated to bounce the Typhon. I have to have missed something. Why did the, why did the Atheron go to the graveyard? Yeah, I mean, 3,000 the attack. And now he's going to DD Crow. So, I mean, this, yeah, okay, sure. He still can put back one and then draw. Like, you're just negging here at this point. So he's going to put back a copy of Atheron so that he can go ahead and fusion and draw a card. I don't like the way Nate's playing at all. Like, he's just kind of doing stuff just to do stuff. You know, like Blase, again, he could have played his turn a little bit better as well. But, like, his mistakes aren't really, like, crazy, in my opinion. Like, it's just a sequencing error that he's doing, right? Like, overall, I think he's still playing pretty well. But Nate, I mean, aside from the cheating thing that happened with the Paradise in Game 1, I can only assume that he's new to the Vanquish deck. I would tell you that there's spreadsheets for it, and there probably is for Dracotail Canine, but I don't think it's anything like, you know, a yummy spreadsheet, right? Like, it's not a combo deck necessarily. You are definitely going to combo, but it's not the focal point, right? Like, you're just establishing a board to try to control, and not every board is going to be the same, you know what I mean? Because it highly depends on what you have in hand. And you know, Dracotail is more linear, but also control. Although, at this point in time, he has no access to any more traps, right? So, that's the one negative here. But I think Urgula could potentially add one back. Let's see. Can Urgula add back? And I mean, this is game anyway, so... no, it looks like Urgula can only put back monsters, but it is irrelevant here. We are going to game number 3. Good for him. Now he's going to... Oh, God. I forgot. He's playing Dragonmaids in this, and I actually don't know anything about Dragonmaids. I know Chamber Dragonmaid. That's, like, the best one, or at least historically was. So he's going to summon Parlor. Parlor, when it's summoned, you can send a Dragonmaid card from your deck to the graveyard except for itself. And so he ends up sending Dragonmaid Fusion, I believe. No, this is Changeover, which is a fusion anyways. So now he's going to go ahead and send Lorepar to the graveyard. So this is Parlor, I believe, but like in a different, you know, spelling. Which allows him to discard this card and target a face-up monster in the field. Players cannot activate that target's effects on the field this turn. Okay. Now he's banishing them. Is this for the effect of Changeover? Or is that just that fusion monster? So this is one of the newer ones, right? Not target, but you make it with 2 Dragonmaid monsters with the same attribute but different levels. Must first be special summoned from your extra deck by banishing the above monsters, 1 each from your field and graveyard. Okay, so that's pretty cool. He could have summoned it in attack mode, it looks like, but I guess he didn't want to. And so if it's special summon, you can special summon 1 level 4 or lower Dragonmaid monster from your deck. And now he's going to Book of Moon these 2 monsters. I couldn't quite tell what he summoned, but... Oh, it was Chamber. That's funny. So did he not declare Chamber then? Or maybe, actually, you know what? It probably was on the activation of... no, because that wouldn't make sense, because it would book first, then summon. Okay. Did Blase draw 2? I'm going to hope he did. Well, anyways, Chamber, for those that don't know, if it's summoned, you can add a Draco or Dragonmaid spell trap to your hand. Now, here we see Nate with Stake Your Soul. I believe that's revealing a Jokul, and he activates another Ash Blossom. That might be it for his plays, but no, he has Izuna, so I think he revealed Izuna, not Jokul. That's cool. So he summons Izuna in defense mode to play around the Dragontail, I believe, Horn. And then he's going to dump the Lupus, which is good. That means he didn't draw it at least. And now Lupus should be able to summon itself out, but we'll see if Blase has a response here. It'd be insane if he had the Dragonmaid trap already. That would be really good. Now we're going to see Lupus declare its effect to Quick Synchro. Why would you do this? Or Quick Synchro, Quick Xyz. Like, you could just Xyz summon and not declare the effect. Because what if they go, like, book at that point? Okay, sure. So it looks like Blase has no response here, which is going to allow Nate to go for a potential Ripper here. I would go for Ripper in attack mode. Well, he has Lupus under it, so he can't target it now at this point. So we're going to go ahead and see him activate Horn. But Horn targets, and he has Lupus attached under it, so it is not going to be able to be targeted at this time. So Horn will just be set back, and it looks like he has no monsters in hand to be able to fusion. He has another copy of Parlor, and that's about it. So now he's going to activate a Case of K9. It will be met with a Flame, and that probably ends the turn here after he runs something over. So he's going to put back the... Well, he can't put back anything, actually. There's no Dragontail cards in the grave, but that's fine. If he gets to use Horn later, then that can put back the Flame, and then he can get a draw. Those cards I don't think have any effects when they're banished, so... yeah, I mean... Whoa. Doesn't this card have 3k defense? No, it's 2k. Okay. And it looks like... Yeah, I mean... Oh, well, you know what? A Case of K9 does give them 900 attack, right? So even if it does have 3000 defense, it'd be at, what, 32 now? Okay. So, yeah, I mean, we're going to see this now be passed to Blase here in a second. And will he have anything? I see a Parlor, but does that actually do anything for him? Well, this is going to lead to Nate making a Zeus and then passing. Blase not looking entirely too happy here, putting his hand down. So he has Talons, Malulu, and the Parlor. I mean, yeah, you're gonna have to, you know, use Malulu, but looks like Dragonmaid Changeover is going to be able to be used here. Changeover in the graveyard, you can target a Dragonmaid monster you control, add that card to your hand, and if you do, return the monster to the hand. Chooses not to do that effect though. Okay. And it looks like here Malulu is triggering its effective fusion summon. Will he bite and Zeus here? And he will. So that's going to send all the cards here from the field to the graveyard. I don't think you can use Horn on your own monster. Let's see if that's possible. Well, I was wrong. That thing can target your own. So, Blase is not losing very much here. So, he sends everything else, and he should be resolving Horn to put back and draw one. So, yeah. Okay, I think he drew Pan there, which is a little unfortunate. But he has Talents now, and Talents can be used to steal, or he can use it to draw 2 and potentially draw into a 5 mana. Now Malulu, would it still resolve? I don't think it needs to be on field to resolve, right? Yeah, so he's able to now resolve the Malulu, summon the Atheron, and now Atheron's going to be able to use... Yo, actually, this is actually insane. So he low-key made Blase's turn a lot better, right? So now he gets to add the Malulu here as a target, so now he's going to chain Pan and then chain Malulu to set 2 fresh cards, which is going to possibly be a Rahu plus a Ketu. So it's going to be one of those plus a Flame instead. He does have a Parlor in hand, which means he can resolve. Oh, now he's going to Talent here. Is going to look at the hand. It's a start, and I think that's game. Yeah, Rahu's going to resolve here to fusion summon, and this is going to likely send, going to send an Urgula to fusion summon for a Gulamel. And I mean, yeah, no, Blase cooked the hell out of Nate here. Now he can Urgula to set the 5 mana, and then Urgula to add, not set 5 mana, set Ketu, and then Urgula to add back like a Malulu or whatever he wants really. This is going to be 58 damage total as well. And I don't think a single top deck is going to save Nate here. But you know what? He does have Lupus. So what are we going to see here? A Typhon? Probably. But Typhon doesn't even help him out here. Like, he summons it in attack or defense, and it still gets ran over by Atheron. Attack, and then, yeah, GG's. Alright, congratulations to Blase for winning game, or round number 2. We'll be back with some more riveting gameplay, and if you'd like to be a part of this yourself, please head on over to Card Haven, where they have tournaments every Monday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Peace. I'll catch you guys on the next one.